All right. Looks like they got him. They said they got him. They said they have found the Charlie Kirk's assassin, this guy named Tyler Robinson. Let me jump right in. I want you to see. It's just hot off the press. I guess about 2 hours. Like it's been streaming about 2 hours, maybe a couple of hours ago. Um, just in case you haven't seen it, you're probably going to start seeing it all over the internet now that they have found the the assassin. Let's see. See, wow. This was I don't think they're still alive. They might be. I'll fast forward a little bit.
Content of messages between the phone contact named Tyler with an emoji icon and Robinson's roommate's device. The content of these messages included messages affiliated with the contact Tyler stating a need to retrieve a rifle from a drop point, leaving the rifle in a bush, messages related to visually watching the area where a rifle was left, and a message referring to having left the rifle wrapped in a towel. The messages also refer to engraving bullets and a mention of a scope and the rifle being unique. Messages from the contact Tyler also mentioned that he had changed outfits. I know there has been speculation as well as to the writing on those casings, those bullet casings, and I believe we have that as well. And I will share that with you now. So the area north of Campus Drive Road where the suspect crossed over, you saw some of that in the video that we released last night, consists of a grassy area with trees on the edge of the UVU campus. Investigators discovered a bolt-action rifle wrapped in a dark-colored towel. The rifle was determined to be a Mauser Model 98 30-06 caliber bolt-action rifle. The rifle had a scope mounted on top of it. Investigators noted inscriptions that had been engraved on casings found with the rifle. Inscriptions on a fired casing read, "Notices, bulges, capital OWO, what's this, question mark." Inscriptions on the 3 unfired casings read, "Hey fascist, exclamation point, catch, exclamation point." Up arrow symbol, right arrow, and symbol, and 3 down arrow symbols. A second unfired casing read, "Oh Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Chow Chow." And a third unfired casing read, "If you read this, you are gay, LMAO." We are indebted to law enforcement across the state who's worked seamlessly together, local law enforcement, state law enforcement, and our federal partners with the Federal Bureau of Investigation. We're grateful for everyone who worked together in such a short amount of time to find this person and to bring justice. I want to thank the public who has been so engaged, reviewing videos, helping us with sending in tips, and helping us get to this point. I want to thank the family members of Tyler Robinson who did the right thing in this case and were able to bring him into to law enforcement as well. I especially want to thank the family of Charlie Kirk, Erica, Charlie's parents, his children. I want us to be thinking of them as we bring justice in this case. They will be involved in that justice. We will be working very closely with them as we move through this process as well. This is a very sad day for our country.
Yeah, this is wild. He said something that actually that I didn't catch till I was on X here, but he mentioned that the bullet casings had 3 arrows on them. Take a look at this. It's people think, man, oh, this ain't blah blah blah. Look at this. Y'all remember the Summer of Love? Hmm. Antifa, ladies and gentlemen. Antifa. This is an organization, and they are a terroristic organization, man. The brother had 3 arrows on his one of the casings that was in there. I'm telling y'all, man, this is crazy. Now, there was some Marines, some ex-Marines who were talking about this. I was trying to find a clip. I couldn't find it, but was the Marine who was talking about it. I saw it on my Instagram. I was trying to find it on YouTube, but I couldn't find it. But just talking about someone was saying, well, was this a professional hit? And I wonder, because there's some video clips out there that shows the two guys behind Charlie. One guy had a white cap. Let's see if I can find that, but I'll look for that. But there's a guy who had a white cap, and then a guy who was closer to Charlie, and they both were doing signals. The guy in the white hat did a signal. He did this, and and he put his hand down, and so I some was saying that he was either signaling to the sniper that, hey, that you're good to go. And then there was another one and then there was a guy that was closer to Charlie. I'm gonna see if I can find that clip. If I can, I'll get it up here. But the other guy did another signal where he did like a hand out and tapped across his shoulder and tapped crossed his arms and tapped his arm. And that's another signal, either that's saying good to go, or immediate danger, depending on which unit you're in. And again, I'm not military, y'all, so I don't know. I'm going based upon what I'm gathering here from the internet. Um, but I do know that they operate with signals at a distance, so that you couldn't, so that they could be silent whenever they're out there in the field, you know, doing their jobs. and and so you saw these two get signals. So I don't know if they were letting the team know that they see what's going on, or they was letting him know that they're good to go. What is interesting is that, like I said, this right here um, is an organization, and they're a well organized organization. Like, they're legit. Like, it was crazy to me when they had the Summer of Love, and they took over a whole city in Washington, whole downtown, shut it down. Talking about this is the new blah blah blah. This is crazy, man. Like, this is a terrorist organization that needs to be shut down. It needs to be shut down, man. So who is this kid? And there's a couple articles going out there. Let's see what USA Today has to say. Possibly, if I can get my screen to share it again. Here we go. Maybe. Come on. All right. Yes. Authorities said that Tyler Robinson, 22, from Utah, is in custody this morning, September 12th, having accused him of killing conservative influencer Charlie Kirk. Kirk died after he was shot in the neck during a public appearance. So let me go back to that. Go back to that one. So I was watching a few snippers. I said a few. I saw two in particular. One described like, man, the person who did this wasn't a professional. Because if they were professional, that there's a he said that range. He said at 300 yards, he could decide what nostril he wants to hit. Like, that's wild. At 300 yards, which is 300 yards to help you is 3 football fields. 200 yards, 2 football fields, which is a good distance. He said it was while it was a accurate shot, it was sloppy in a way that they're never trained to shoot someone in the neck. They're trained for kill shots, which is anywhere up in here, eye, nose, all the things. eye, nose, right up here, just to kill shot, and then or maybe shot to the chest or something like that. He described it that this was it wasn't the signature of a true professional. Then there was another one who said it was right. So I don't I personally, it is, you definitely saw that there was well organized some real organized stuff, because what was crazy to me is that they went through three other people before they actually got to this dude, and the only way they got to him was because a family member said something. And I think that's the marks. I think that's the tall tale sign of something being organized. They got a couple of decoys out there to slow it down, so that the person of interest could escape. But it's essentially, whenever you do the devil's bidding, baby, you get caught, because the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy, and he will get his job done with whoever and throw him right in the trash, because that's what Satan does. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to work today, y'all. I'm trying to work and trying to edit some videos and get some stuff together for my folks looking to move. And I can't. I kind of paused in my tracks, trying to just get through this thing. Right. I just every some new hits. I'm like, golly, man, I gotta say something. So who is this Tyler? Who is this Tyler dude? 22-year-old who attended school in South Utah, city of St. George. His dad was actually a retired police officer. Go figure, man. That's terrible, man. Social media photos of Robinson's mother, Amber, depict a tight knit family where Tyler was the oldest of three sons. The family is shown on vacations at Grand Canyon, outdoor excursions like fishing trips. He seemed like a regular kid, right? Appears to be an ACT college aptitude test score of 34 out of 36. So, quote unquote intelligent, one of the top 1% of test takers according to recent averages. Okay. So he's, yeah. Tyler wore a Trump related Halloween costume in 2017, according to Amber's post. Yeah. He wore something extremely vulgar. But I think this goes to show, I mean, ACT scores and whether you're a good student doesn't mean anything, man. When Satan gets a hold of you, he just gets a hold of you. It doesn't matter. It doesn't, intelligence is irrelevant. It's a heart condition. It's a heart condition, man. And at the end of the day, it's a sin condition, because we're all born into sin. We're all one decision away from acting a plumb fool. You know what I'm saying? We're all one decision away from acting a plumb fool, man, and ruining our lives. And so many times we look at people who are on the streets and like, man, look at them. How did they get there? Blah blah blah. But we're not that far. Seriously, we're not that far. We are one decision away from being in a bad situation when we allow sin to creep in and do its thing. Who is this kid? Let's see what this article. This is the Times. The suspect Charlie Kirk shooting engraved a message on a bullet casing reading, "Hey fascist, catch," the FBI said on Friday after the gunman was turned in by his father. I think this is one thing Charlie Kirk said a lot, which was um, leftists, they have a heart of terror, man, a heart of murder, death. They willing to die by the sword, man. And and as conservatives, and I'm a conservative. I mean, I'm not ashamed to say it. I'll be honest with you. I just don't understand how you can be Christian and be a liberal. Like, I don't understand. I really don't. And that might rub some people wrong, but I don't care. I don't understand how we read the same Bible and come to two different conclusions. Yeah, and I think that's the thing. Like, I'm really disgusted at some of the pastors, some of these liberal pastors out there that have said things like, "Oh, well, they killed Martin Luther King, they killed Malcolm X. Um, well, I mean, it's just their time." I'm like, what? How do we serve the same Jesus? How do we have the same heart? Are we supposed to have the same heart? And you clearly are not showing the the love of God. You're not showing the compassion of God. Even when Peter chopped off the ear of the Roman soldier who was getting ready to take Jesus in, or the temple soldier who's going, now was he Roman? Shoots, forgive me. He would have been, I think they would have been the temple guards. Still, cut the ear off the enemy. Jesus put it back on. He could have said, "Well, I mean, they all about to face my judgment anyway, because they all about to they about to take me to the cross and beat me and slap me around." He didn't do that. He put the dude's ear back on. Like, come on, man. Just because you disagree don't mean I mean, why that you would wish that you should wish death upon them. Like, that's insane. Like, tell me you demonic without telling me you demonic. Tell me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really I don't understand. Like, I'm serious. I don't understand how people can be Christian and be liberal. I don't understand, I mean, and just how you can agree with abortion. Like, let's just come on. Like, how can you agree with abortion and be a Christian? I don't understand. Like, because what you're saying is that when Mary conceived Jesus, that she had the right. He wasn't Jesus until he came out. Like, he was Jesus in the womb. At the moment it was spoken that she was about to conceive him from the Holy Spirit. And so how in the world would you not say that a human is a human inside at conception? Like, I just don't understand how we read the same Bible and come to different conclusions. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like homosexuality is wrong. Like, it's flat out in the Bible is wrong. I don't understand how you come to another conclusion. Reading the same scriptures that I'm reading. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it. Um And it doesn't mean I hate you. Like I said, I don't know if I agree with everything Charlie preached. I don't know. I haven't listened to every single word that came out of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? But if there's something, which I'm pretty sure there's something that he said that I don't agree with, that don't mean I hate the dude. That just mean I disagree with that point. You know, I disagree with most things that liberals talk about, but that doesn't mean I disagree with everything. I just and it don't mean I hate him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. So let's see. All right, let's go back to this. So Tyler Robinson was 22, taken in custody shortly after 11 p.m. local time on Thursday night. The 2-day manhunt. Kirk and conservative activist is fatally shot in the neck. Okay, anything new? This is what he looks like right here. Uh oh, screen jumping around. Come on, screen, stop jumping around. 4 hours before Kirk was hit with a single bullet, addressing a crowd of students at about mass shootings. So he's talking about mass shootings, and then the shot rings off. I don't know. I think there's more. I think there's more to this than what we're seeing here. Just being honest with you, because listen, I don't believe nothing. I don't believe nothing the government says. I don't believe that. I hardly believe in any narrative that's out there. So Rob Robinson's roommate showed investigators a message on Discord, a group chat app, where Robinson talked about retrieving a rifle and a custom-made scope apparently left in the bush near the scene. There's just something about this that just does not seem right. If you're gonna go do some heinous crime, why would you describe? Why don't you describe where you left everything on a public forum? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you did some crime and you're in the midst of doing the crime, why in the world would you just tell on a public forum where you placed a weapon, where you done this stuff? I don't know, man. Something don't seem right about this. I listen. I don't trust nothing. We had some Epstein files that was supposed to be. I guess something about the Epstein files was supposed to be coming out. You had 9/11 that was coming. You had all kind of things that was happening. This just seems like a really, really good distraction in my eyes. I don't know, man. This is something don't seem right. I don't believe nothing I see, y'all. I'm telling you. especially in today's time, man. You can't believe nothing you see, but with AI and deep fakes, I don't know. CIE's been doing this stuff for a long time. They're really good at this stuff. I mean, they covered up Kennedy for a minute, and now it's coming out, what, 30, 40, 50 years later? 50 years later? Go figure. Bella Ciao is an apparent reference to an Italian song adopted by the anti-fascist resistance during the Second World War. The last phrase apparently references a joke based on an anime role play. Okay, so when they asked about what phrases meant during the press conference, Cox said, "Catch fascists." Well, that speaks for itself. Robertson's father identified his son from photos he that had been made public. He told his son to turn himself in, calling a local youth pastor to assist. A local youth pastor. Oh boy. Oh boy. Robertson's father identified his son from the photos that had been made public. The son told his son to turn himself in, calling a local youth pastor to assist. The pastor called the U.S. Marshals who took Robertson into custody. I ain't gonna lie, I want to know what church this brother was going to. What? So the brother was in. I don't know. Wonder what church this brother was in. I don't know. Was it? That's weird, man. That's oh man. FBI investigators have released $100,000 reward for information leading to the arrest. Released photos appeared to show the young man, white shirt and a black long sleeve t-shirt, wearing American flag. Okay, wearing a wearing dark glasses and a cap. Robertson's mother, Amber, works for their Intermountain Support Coordination Services, a company contracted by the state of Utah to help disabled people receive care. Posted on a Facebook account in 2020, Ms. Roberts described her son as a genius and shares ATC's grades for English, math, and science, and suggested he's exceptionally bright. Intelligence has nothing to do with the heart. It has nothing to do with the heart. There's a lot of intelligent people out there who are flat out crazy. Flat out crazy. Satan has no bounds. Satan has no bounds. He doesn't care. He has used the best of the best to do his deeds. I ain't gonna lie, I still want to know what church this brother went to, man. Called the youth pastor. Who's the youth pastor? It don't matter about the youth pastor. I'm just wondering what church. Because I'm serious. Like, I'm serious, man. I'm serious. This is why we can't be jellyback, ladies. This is why we can't be a jellyback church, man. This is why we have to stand on truth. And if someone's in your congregation, someone's near and dear and close to you, and they have a disposition against truth. I mean, what are we doing as a church? You know what I'm saying? We sit there, me and Angels, we talk about this all the time. Like kids are, kids, the youth, some people come in there and they just have flat out wrong ideology, like flat out wrong, and then we just let it coax by, like, oh, they say something just completely left field, and this is what I'm saying. This is why I don't understand. I'm telling you, this is why I don't understand it. How you can be Christian and be a liberal. Nothing about it is in the Bible. Jesus was not a socialist. You know what I'm saying? Like Jesus wouldn't have not agreed with abortion. I mean, we're just talking about the hot major topics, right? I mean, he said, if you don't work, you don't eat. You know what I'm saying? And so socialism just doesn't even fit the Christian perspective. How in the world? How in the world do we let these liberal ideologies float through our church? Because it's right here. Like, this brother. Now, granted, don't know what church the brother went to. I don't know if that means he was Christian. I don't know if that means he was Mormon. I don't know. I mean, Utah, I automatically expect Mormon, but I don't know. I'm saying I don't know. So the fact they called it youth pastor, I'm glad Dad called it youth pastor, man. Glad the youth pastor did the right thing. It just also shows the power of the internet. The internet is powerful, man. Like the pressure comes on if you know your kid did something crazy. Then suddenly you see your kid across the internet. Uh, it's gonna at some point, especially people who know you, they're gonna be like, "Yo, that's your kid." And at some point, FBI gonna be at your door. You know what I'm saying? This was his Halloween costume that he had 2017. There you go, man. Yeah, this is the Antifa stuff. It's crazy. Um, but yeah, the internet did its thing, man. I mean, I don't typically care about what was going on in 2017. That was a long time ago. People change, man. Um, him and his dad. hmm Yeah, that's funny. Very interesting, man. Very interesting. Oh, yeah, yeah. Internet's it's all over the internet, man. This is wild. I'll be honest, again. I have some mixed opinion. I have some mixed feelings about this. For real, it has some mixed. If this is true and they really did catch him, I'm glad that justice and hopefully justice will be served. Right? There's a sense that I feel like he could be a scapegoat. That they need somebody to pin this on. And if he checks off enough boxes, he's close enough. you know, I, I'm hoping he really is the one who did it, and he's just not another Antifa decoy. Who was close enough because I find it very interesting that you had people that was there with guns, pellet guns, rifles, right, pellet rifles, and that seems really, really organized enough to throw some decoys out there. But the foolishness of people, you know, and let's just say if this is him, if this truly is the one who pulled the trigger. Let me go back here real quick. If he truly is the one who who pulled the trigger, can I zoom that in? Did that work? If he's truly the one who pulled the trigger, I'm glad they caught him. Right? I'm glad they caught him. If he, if he was just a decoy, I'm telling you, we got some serious problems with this group that needs to be shut down. Allegedly, he could be connected to Antifa. But from what it seemed like with the connection between the two guys who were, I don't know, see if I can find that clip. The connection between the two guys. Whoops. Oh yeah. Between the two guys who were behind Charlie, to to um, yeah, that this just seems well organized, well organized effort, and it just wasn't a lone wolf acting. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Let me see if I can find that video. Let me see. I'm gonna look for it real quick. Let's see if I see it because I didn't. I saw a lot of these clips on. Oh, is this it? Yeah. Here we go. All right, I'm about to pull it up here. All right, here we go. So this is interesting. Oh, shucks. Give me a second. Got an ad coming up. Let me share the screen. I don't know why my screen keeps doing that. It don't want me to read right now. Golly, hold on. It ain't letting me be great. This is crazy. How no, I don't know. My cellular, my stuff don't want to work. Give me a second. I'm gonna show y'all this clip here. My computer wants to act like it's not efficient. I know I ain't running it that hard. Come on. Okay. So I'm gonna start over here. Zoom this in. Okay, so you're gonna see there seems to be some again. This is why I feel like this was a organized feat here. Now I don't again. I don't.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in
So you
America
can see him.
over the last 10 years?
You can see him. You can see him doing some signals right there. Did you see that? Did you see that? So look. It's probably gonna loop it again. But
Counting or not counting gang
you see
violence?
him put in another signal. You saw that? So either this could be either this could be a defensive move, or they were signaling this guy to go for
Greg, do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last
That's
10 years?
weird.
Counting or not counting gang
it.
violence?
You see, he's recording. The guy in the white shirt's recording. That don't make no
Do you know
sense.
how many mass shooters there have been in
Look at
America over the last 10 years? Counting or not counting gang
He
violence?
got one. And then you hear it ring. Then you hear the shot ring. That's suspicious, man. Again, I don't know if that was offensive or defensive. You know what I'm saying? I saw something just to give you some. Let me see if I can find it. Military sniper hand signals. I'm pretty sure everybody's googling this right now. The whole internet. Oh, yeah, this is one I saw. Whole internet's googling this. Let me throw it up there. I ain't trying to show this guy's site, but I guess I might as well. Let me do this. Go here. So just to give you, so if you could see here, this is showing some of these hand signals. Oh shoot. Let's see if I can isolate this. Okay, here we go. I'm a give me a second. I'm about to isolate it for you so you can get a good view. Give me 1 second here. Give me a second. I'm gonna show you this. I think screen window. Bam. Here we go. So you can see here, you got this one here. You saw homeboy do this little sniper deal. There was a hat tip that I saw. Uh-oh. That's what I want to do. So you saw that happen. You saw this. Watch or see, right? You saw him do that. Then there was one. Let's see if we see it. Crouch down. No. Hostage, enemy. I don't see nothing else. But definitely like we saw these two signals come to play with this one. Again, I'm gonna go back over here so you can see it.
How many mass shooters there have been in America over the
Then
last 10
then he's
years?
recording, which is really weird. Like, why are you recording? And if you're a bodyguard or if you someone, you somewhere, that seems weird. You know what I'm saying? Seems weird.
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Those are definitely signals.
Do you know how
And again, it could be from an offensive or defensive. So if this is the case, that means they already had. If let's just say from an offensive standpoint, that means somebody already had eyes that we got a problem. Let's just say this was offensive, and they're like, "Yo, we got a problem. I see one. That's not our guy. This is who is this?" And they see him. Why anybody move in to take them to eliminate that threat? Question one, right? Question two, or option two, if they were from the other camp, and this was let's say if this was offensive, and they're saying they're just giving his brother a clear go ahead that he's good to go, then we got problems. We got a mole in the camp. And this is defensive from the standpoint of saying, hey, we got a problem. We need to address it now, or we need to get him out of the way because he's a target right now. If it was defensive, they should have moved him, right? If this was offensive, we got a problem. And you see a well organized execution of the task at hand. So, wild stuff, y'all. Wild stuff. So I'm just in summary. I really hope this really was the guy. This is the guy who pulled the trigger. I'm glad they caught him, and I pray that they get to that they shut this organization down. If he's connected to the organization, he wasn't just a lone wolf. I pray that they shut this down. You know what I'm saying? So, with that, you have a blessed week. Whatever God called you to do it. Get to it, because tomorrow's not promised, and especially if you have a different opinion from the left, you got a target on your back. So Jesus shared with his followers to put your hand to the plow and don't look back. So put your hand to the plow, don't look back. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.